Hi. I'm Sylv Smith, Director of Incline Training Consultants, and I vlog here from time to time on different issues, and they generally are issues about life and things that I come across that I feel are worthy of discussion. So yeah, this one is one that's close to my heart, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any comments, please do contribute. Good morning. Actually, it's not morning. It's what time is it? Oh, good gracious, 25 past 1. Today's date is the 16th of December 2017, and I'm just about to head out to do some Christmas shopping of sorts. For those who know me, you know I'm not terribly good at the old Christmas shopping, generally because I hate shopping. Particularly for sort of clothing items or presents and things like that. I'd much rather do that online, or indeed ask my dear son to do it for me, because he's much better at it than I am. I think what I get a bit wary of is all the walking around aimlessly, and you know, at times you're still not getting what you want, even though you don't know what you want. Anyway, confusion. Anywho, I thought I'd just hop on here just to do a quick recording about something that's been bugging me for a while. And essentially, I mean, this is probably a bit of a departure from lots of the other things that I chat about from time to time online, but this is really about the appalling treatment of our young people by some of these companies these days. The fact that certainly in my day, I'm not saying things were perfect, but certainly in my day, companies would have protocol whereby if they invited a prospective candidate in for an interview, there would be some degree of protocol about either sending them a letter regarding, you know, them not necessarily having made the job. There'd be some protocol around feedback to the prospective candidate, but it just seems, and I mean, I've heard this so many times from young people who have applied for jobs, and the treatment is just horrendous. And I think, you know, we need to speak about this. I don't know what on earth is going on in the 21st century. Why? And I suspect it's probably to do with the fact that so much is done online, that, you know, there's a kind of a facelessness that pervades in terms of the job market these days. And I'm not accusing all companies of being badly behaved, but certainly I've heard of a number of them who are, and I really don't think it's on, and I really think we need to be speaking more openly about this. Possibly for a young person who is trying to get work, it will be difficult for them to go out publicly and complain about this, because who knows what potential repercussions that could have for their work careers. But for someone such as myself, who is middle-aged and perhaps is a lot more confident about expressing views and so on, and it doesn't necessarily have so many repercussions, as I'm on the sort of the other end of the spectrum, I think perhaps it's appropriate for me to chat about this, and others from my generation to do the same. Recently, someone very close to me had a job, had an offer of a job in a sort of an upmarket juice bar, and they were, let me take this off, I'm feeling a little hot now. They were invited in to attend a training session, or training sessions. It was a week's worth of training. What was involved in this training is that the young person in question would have to attend 5 mornings for the week. 5 mornings for the week. So we're talking about from 9 till about 1 p.m. And the task was that they had to memorize all the ingredients for all the juices that were served, including sandwiches and snacks that were served. That was their task. They had to memorize them, they had to make them, practice making them. They were in receipt of some degree of training, but lots of the work had to go on in their own time, because of course they'd have to do the revision and the remembering in the evenings in their own time. And we're not talking about 2 or 3 drinks. We're talking about, minimum 10 drinks with various ingredients, and also, as I say, sandwiches as well with various ingredients, having to be specific in terms of what they had to remember. So you can imagine this poor individual spent most of this week memorizing all this stuff, memorizing the menu. What was supposed to happen at the end of this week's training period is that the juice bar in question has several bars in London. I'm not going to mention the name, but they have several bars in London, and the idea was that once this particular young person, along with others, had completed the training, they would then be told where to go. Someone would be working out the shifts and they would be told where to go. Well, can you believe it? After that entire week of training, where, there was all this emphasis on speed and memory and so on, the poor young individual on the Friday was assured that over the weekend they would be told which bar they would be going to, what shifts they would be doing, etc., etc. No such thing happened. Not a word, not a memo, not an email, not a text. There has been absolutely no contact from that company. The individual in question has contacted the company to find out what's going on. Again assured, we'll contact you in a couple of days. Not a dicky bird. So we're coming up to week number 2 post-training, and nothing has been said to that individual about where they will be working, where they'd be placed. Now, what really angers me about that situation, this particular young person who, as I say, is very close to me, had to troll up to the training venue for the five mornings at their own expense, because none of the fares, etc., were reimbursed. So that person is out of pocket, has essentially wasted their time in terms of getting up there. And this company hasn't had the decency to say, well, okay, we can't place you at the moment, or we can't place you right now, but we have a scheduled date to do so. What is going on? Why is this situation being permitted to happen? This particular company is not a startup. It's not a startup where they're struggling for funds, and well, even if they were, I would still feel that there would need to be some level of protocol, some level of decency in terms of how they treat the people that they want to employ. I just think it's absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. And, I hope that if there are potential employers who may stumble across this particular vlog, please fix up. It's not on, because what's happening to these young people is that they're becoming increasingly more disillusioned. They're becoming more disillusioned, and particularly when they are young people who obviously had aspirations about where they would be career-wise and so on. I accept that we're in times where things are pretty lean, and perhaps opportunities are not as plentiful as they once were. And again, I would even question why that is, and why so many young people were encouraged to pursue particular routes when there ends up being nothing for them at the end of it, or very little, or very few decent opportunities. But when they then take the compromise and say, okay, all right, perhaps I can't get my ideal job, but I'm prepared to do something else until I get to where I want to get to, or on the way to getting where I want to get to. Don't mess them about. Don't let them down. It's not on. It really isn't. It really is not. And it's extremely irritating and in my view, extremely disappointing that this is where we're at in 2017. Well, we're going into 2018. So that was really my little rant. If you have any comments to make, please make them in the comment box below. I don't vlog religiously or regularly. I tend to vlog on things that I happen to feel passionate about at any given time. Usually life issues, because, you know, that's what we're doing. We're living life. So if you do want to subscribe, you know, press the subscribe button down below. I'm still learning about the whole YouTube thing, and you know, still trying to come to some conclusions about what would be of value to upload here. But anyway, needless to say, let's have a conversation. As I say, if you have any comments, please do put them below. If you have any suggestions, or if you have anything inspiring to say about the situation, or any light you can throw on the situation, please comment below. Have yourself a brilliant day. If I don't speak to you again before the holidays, have a wonderful Christmas season, or however else you celebrate, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, anything that you celebrate. You know, enjoy yourself, enjoy your families, and enjoy your life. And don't let the buggers get you down. That's my view. Okay, peace.